Hey everybody, my name's Rachel. For those of you that know me, know me, and for those of you that don't, my name's Rachel. I have been pulled to come on today to give some guidance. If you have watched my videos before, you know what I mean by pulled. It's a little bit. So something I actually want to talk about today is something that's coming up that affects many people, whether you know it or not. It affects you, and if it doesn't, great. But I'm here today to talk a little bit about the full blue moon coming up on Halloween night. And to be honest, it has me a little bit off balance. I feel like my vibration is so raised. I have so much energy. I've literally like cleansed everything. I'm on one of these days where I get up and get everything done. So much energy. Before this is I'm learning about all this. I'm beginning, as you know, I'm learning about all this. Before this I would have been very off. Gone back previous years in moods, I would have not liked Halloween. It would have been my nah, don't like that time of year. For some reason I just never liked it. But now that I understand the meaning of it, I love it. I love it. And you can be a little bit off balance because there's so, as you know, in a normal full moon, there's so much energy. And in a blue full moon, which is when you hear the saying, I'll get to this now, once in a blue moon, okay, is where this saying comes from. Because you can either feel drained or very over energetic, all right? And everything, emotions, everything can be up in the air. You can be a little bit overwhelmed, off balance physically and mentally, emotionally, all normal. All right. So, and if not, if you're not been affected, great. All right, because that's just what I wanted you to know. But anyways, okay, I'm going to talk about a little bit more about the blue moon in stuff I didn't know, but I come on to tell you, the collective, every one of you, a little bit. All right, I'm not going to get too deep, but sure, here we go. So I'm trying to keep this video short, as I tend to do videos and go on and on and on. I'm not going to do that today. So yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about the blue moon, okay? Which is happening Saturday night, which is it's actually in the process. We're coming up to it. So the energy is actually flowing, all right? So basically, our bodies are made of 80% of water, all right? And the moon and water just connect, all right? So once in a blue moon, this is just what I'm going to do, which I don't know whether you do it or not, whether you want to give it a go, whether you don't want to give it a go, up to you. But I'm just going to give you a little bit of guidance on what you could do, okay? So number one, it's a saying, okay, that the veil is thin, so spirit can come through easily, all right, and which is good, okay, but only if you want. That's up to you. That's totally up to you. You've got free will, and they will never break your free will, okay? They will, if you do not want spirit to come true, they will not come true. If you ask them, not tonight, you know what, can you please leave, like, that's fine as well, all right? But this is what I'll be doing, okay? And I hope it might help some of yous. During this time, I will be leaving out an offering for my deceased loved ones in spirit, which for me will be a Cadbury flake for my brother, a smoke for my granny, and probably a can for my uncle, a can of beer. So something personal that will, I'll be leaving that out under the full moon for them, all right? I'll be leaving out an offering for them, but they're with me on it. They're with me always anyway, so, like, it's that little bit extra that I like. And I will be, after this video, I'll be going to make a list. Now, I did want to do a vision board, but I just don't have time today. So I'm going to write a list of what I want to bring into my life. All right. So I know you've heard me talk about, well, if you haven't, manifestation, what do I want, all right? This is a time where things old will start to go and new will start to come, all right? So basically, I'm going to get a pen and paper. I'm going to write down very clearly what I want, all right? And I am going to do that from my heart, through pure unconditional love for the higher good of myself and everybody else around me, all right? So I'm going to write down what I want. Now, whether it be materialistic, whether it be peace, whether it be health, whether it be a home, whatever it may be very specific in what you write, okay? Very specific, like detail. Don't be afraid to ask, all right? And the part of writing this down is under the highest, which is Halloween night, which is very rare, which is the highest, the moon will be at its fullest, the blue moon. Stand outside underneath the moon and read it out loud and mean it, okay? Once you've done that list, read it out loud, ask for it, mean it, bring it into yourself, all right? And then trust that the universe has received it and will bring it to you. And then another thing I'll be doing is writing a list of what I want to let go, what no longer benefits me in my life, all right? So that could be people, things, feelings, emotions, attachments, stuff that no longer serves me, all right? So I'll be writing all of them stuff down specifically, and under the full moon I will burn them. Burn that piece of paper, let them go. Just let my intention go. So I'm actually really looking forward to doing that. And that's a little bit of information. Also, if you're feeling very off balanced, a little tip is have a bath with Epsom salts. And if you don't, Epsom salts, lavender. If you don't have any of that, if you don't have a bath, maybe take a shower and feel the energy, feel it wash off you and down the drain. Also, a little tip to feel a little bit more grounded and steady in yourself is just walk barefoot. That's mainly what I do. Feel my feet on the ice cold floor. Very good for grounding. And I'm going to get on today with doing a card for you, for everybody. A message from, well, I've actually chose to use Healing with the Angels today from Doreen Virtue, all right? Because I've been drawn to this deck today while coming on doing this, and I will work from my intentions through pure unconditional love, the higher good of myself and all of you and the collective yourselves, all right? So I'm asking for a message today. It's good of anybody who's watching this video. Give me a message. Oh, very hard pull here. So I'm going to, there's two cards. I'm going to go with the first, and then I'll leave this out just because I got a very hard pull on the cards. All right. So number one, meditation. All right. Now this one to me is, meditation is not necessarily sitting there and meditating, like, you know, this can mean, to me, I'm going to tell you what this card means, all right, because that's just, I'm going to tell you what I feel from this card. What I feel from this card is relating to the time we're at in life now, okay, is that we need, it's sort of, it's autumn, you know what, we need to be by ourselves for a little while and think, and that's, do you know what, just never fails me. Like when I give a little message and then I pull a card, it always resonates with what I've already been talking about. And what I was talking about was grounding and setting out your intentions and setting out what you want to let go, okay? So really think about what you want. Be very careful and think about what you want, because it's very powerful. You will get it, and I know I've said this an awful long time, and I say this all the time because I just genuinely believe it. You will get it. What you put out there, you will get back. All right. So it's very simple. It's just, I'm not going to go too far into it because it's a simple message. Just, if you want love, you put love out there. You will get love back. If you want health, you ask for health. But you know what? Okay, it's not as easy as what it sounds, as we all know, because it's not just going to fall into our laps neither. Okay, when you write down this intention, when you write down whatever you're manifesting, okay, when you're writing this down, when you're bringing this in, you have to start working towards it. And I don't know if you watched my last video, but my last video talked an awful lot about everything begins as a thought. All right, which really relates to this. Okay, so I'm thinking, I'd like to do that, or I'd like to have that, or I'd like to go there. And then you put it in motion. Slowly goes in motion. It will come to you, and you won't even have realised it will have come to you. And when you do realise, I'll think back and go, that's mad. Like, do you ever get that thing where you're like, I was just talking about that, like, because you're actually bringing it in to yourself without even realising it, okay, in your subconscious, in your thoughts, you're actually bringing it into you, whether it be people. Do you ever have a situation where you're sitting there and you're just thinking of someone or talking about them, and next minute they ring your phone and it's like, that's weird, I was just thinking about you, or I was just talking about you. It's weird, like, and they just all of a sudden appear. It's like you're almost bringing them towards you. So I'm going to leave that message, which is, because I'm trying to keep it quite short and simple, which is very hard for me because I like to talk. And I'm going to get on to this card because this card was stuck with it. Abundance, all right? And I love the colours. The colours are they relate to this season for me, all right? So, abundance. Abundance can mean so many different things, all right? But I'm going to get what I feel from this card, all right? This card came out around this card, same message, all right? But when you set your intentions and you practice, whether you want to do this under the full moon, which is when it's at strongest, coming up to it even today, I can feel the energy. It's just, normally if I didn't know about it, the energy would have scared me and I would have thought, oh, I have a little bit of anxiety, or, but now I know what it is. Like, it's a raised vibration. I'm actually owning it. But back to the cards. So when you set your intention out there, whatever it may be, all right, set your intention, read it out loud wholeheartedly from your heart, all right, under that moon. Ask for it. The moon, the universe, ask for it. Receive it. Believe it's yours, all right? Go into detail. Believe you have that, all right? When you believe you have that, it will come. And abundance, I'm going to get back to this card. Abundance, to some people, to one person, abundance could be winning the lotto, never having to worry about money again. To another person, abundance could be wanting a relationship, a true love, unconditional love, someone that loves them no matter what, okay? And to another person, this is just examples. I'm trying to just explain. Abundance can mean so many things, all right? And we're all so different. Like, abundance to somebody else could just mean being able to sit down and have peace of mind. Like, not peace and quiet, peace of mind, all right? Abundance can mean so much, so remember that. Because when you set your intention out there, and I will be, when I get off this video, I'm going to do my homework and start working on it, and in a little bit of a way that's a bit of self-care, because you're setting a little bit of time aside for just you, okay? Because in around this time of year, like, I've got young children and it's Halloween, trick-or-treating. Well, this year not so much trick-or-treating, but like, it's all excitement about them and dressing up, sweets, parties, little parties, like making chocolate apples, the usual. So this is just setting a little bit of me time as well for, and do you know when you actually sit there and you actually write down what do you want from life itself, okay? It's very difficult to think, what do I really want? So have patience with yourself, take time, don't rush, and I hope you got a little bit of daily guidance from this, a little bit of some sort of guidance anyways. Thanks for coming on and watching, if you're watching, and that's my message to you for the day. I am going to get off and do some homework now and probably take a nice walk. And I will leave yous all with that message and say goodbye. Bye bye.